to bring on Colonel Rob Maness now and talk about this. So, Colonel Maness, thanks for coming on today.
Hey, good morning.
I wanted you on because there's a lot of negativity, a lot of gloom and doom, a lot of finger pointing, and we're getting to the hard part. So, tell me what your thoughts are. My thoughts are that we need to, and I think you may agree with me, arrange some kind of handoff here, and we don't want a full-scale invasion of Iran. But what say you, sir?
We're not planning a full-scale invasion.
Right.
We don't have anywhere near the forces. Look, in Desert Shield, we spent 6 months deploying over 170,000 ground troops, armor, vehicles, fuel, ammo. We have done none of that. We're not even attempting to signal that we might do a ground invasion of Iran. And the doomsayers are out there, and I'll admit, I see folks on Real America's Voice on the War Room talking about this, but they're not talking about it from a perspective of one educated about this specific operation and this specific president and his past history of what he's done. If you look at all of those things in context, that's not his intent. His intent is to get this done. This is a big thing. This is not Venezuela. This is not killing Soleimani. This is not a one and done single airstrike. As I said at the outset of the Midnight Hammer operation, that is likely going to require a full air campaign. Well, we never were told about what the actual factual results of that operation were. We got a lot of the boss saying, hey, we obliterated them and all that stuff. And I'm sure he meant it on the targets that he struck. But all along, those of us that are professionals in this type of warfare know that there was never any indication of any radioactive material being dispersed in the air, and even the underground targets ventilated out to the atmosphere. So we've always said there's enriched uranium somewhere. There's no evidence of it that we're aware of that it got into the atmosphere or on the ground anywhere from a radioactive material spread perspective. So this is the air campaign, and it's a naval campaign too that we were saying is probably going to have to be done. But this is even better, folks. This is going to end the war that the 1979 instituted government of Iran, the Islamo-Nazis, as I and others call them, started on us. And if we continue this and stay in this and keep our political will up, which only America can do, the Israelis can't do this.
Yeah.
Only America can get this done. Then this president will go down in history as having ended this 47-year war on America and our allies. And it's not just Israel, it's all of our allies. The Azerbaijani president agreed to, he said, if it's real, I think it's real. It came out of his office. It looked like he said, I agreed to evacuate their embassy at their request because they didn't have the capabilities to do it in Lebanon. And not a short time later, they attacked us. Yeah. I mean, these people are crazy. This is the right president. It's the right operation, and people have to get their steel and their spine up and look at the truth. And the truth is, those that are out there whining, and I'm going to call it for what I think it is, it's whining about the potential of a ground invasion, forever war type scenario on behalf of the United States of America. We're not seeing anything that indicates that is even a remote possibility. Can you always discount it? No, you can't discount anything in war because, as you know, Todd, like the Azerbaijanis are finding out, and the Kurds are finding out, both in Iraq and in Iran, and the Lebanese are finding out, and the Turks are finding out, even though they kept dead silent, trying to straddle the fence. Yeah. They got attacked too. Okay, like the Gulf Arab states that aren't even involved militarily are finding out that are being attacked, and their civilian targets are being attacked. When you open the war box, there are severe consequences that cannot be predicted. And the Iranian mullahs opened this war box in 1979, and Donald Trump, I hope, closes it.
What's your thought on some of the projectiles coming into Israel. Let me just play this video real quick, and I want to get your thoughts on it. So that looks like a MIRV, multiple independent reentry vehicles off a ballistic missile, which is devastating, can be devastating.
How's it does, but they're a little slow.
Yeah.
It almost looks like what hit me is that looks like a reverse video of anti-aircraft artillery fire.
Oh, wow.
Because it's so slow. It looks like it's a reversed video.
Interesting. Well, they do impact on the ground, but yeah. I mean, have you seen well, the question is, what's your sense of how the Israelis are holding up militarily in country as far as Iranian attacks on them?
I mean, it's hard to tell because they're very close-lipped on their casualties. But when they hit civilian areas and they kill a lot of civilians, the Israelis are pretty good about publicizing that. I think it helps their information warfare effort and everything. And there haven't been a whole lot of those. I mean, look, any death of an innocent is wrong. Any death of an American military person is unfortunate. That's what happens in war. But I think you would be seeing a lot more of it from a Israeli government perspective if they were hitting more, killing civilians. They're hitting civilian targets, but they're not killing that many because the Israelis have built fantastic bomb shelters for their own people, their families, but also their tourists even. A friend of mine was there when this kicked off. He just got back yesterday into Louisiana, and they spent 10 days in the bunker. That was provided to them by the hotel, I guess. I think they're doing well from that perspective. The combined operation militarily in Iran is doing exceptionally well. The Azerbaijani thing is another indicator that the IRGC and the command of the Ayatollahs doesn't have full control over their military, and that's part of it.
I was
fractured, disjointed, out of communication. They're shooting at targets that have probably already been designated if they lose communications, and that's actually a good sign from our perspective.
Your government doesn't care about you. That's why you need a medical emergency kit. It contains life-saving medications like ivermectin, Z-Pak, and antibiotics. Stock them before they block them.
A warm welcome here at the National Press Club. Welcome to the journalists, welcome to the Embraer team, and welcome to the other guests that we have here. We're going to announce, and as some of you guessed it right when they came in, the first E2 order by an American operator. And that operator is Avello. We believe this is really a strategic shift to unlock profitability for the customer. I'm very pleased that we have Andrew Levy here as the CEO of Avello, and I'm very pleased to give the stage to share a little bit more about what Avello is going to do with the E2 195. Thank you very much.
Couldn't be more excited to be here as part of this historic announcement. We have such a great cultural fit as companies, so we're very, very excited to be Embraer's newest customer. We launched our airline in April of 21, and our target is focusing on small secondary airports of large metro areas. We've carried over 8 million customers since we started on 63,000 flights. And we've done all these things with 1,200 of the greatest crew members I could ever imagine having, and many of them are here with me today. This is the right airplane for us. It's going to open up opportunities for us that no other aircraft can serve. The best thing about the airplane, of course, is you will not find a middle seat on this airplane. It doesn't exist. We won't have any to offer. It's going to be the best cabin in the United States, and we're so excited about that. This is going to elevate our experience to the highest level, and we think our customers are absolutely going to love the airplane.
I was in covering the Gaza war in 2014. I was in Tel Aviv in a hotel, like you said, and the sirens went off, and everybody went to the stairwell. That was the bomb shelter, and a very attractive young woman came in with just her underwear. I had to spend like 15 minutes in the stairwell. It was hard not to look, but
don't look. Like the Elon Musk video looking at Caroline Leavitt going up the stairs to the aircraft. I just saw that clip of that video this morning.
Yeah.
Look, Elon.
So what else do you think people need to know? I mean, I want to, and maybe you and I can talk offline. I think there really needs to be some leadership here in the press and try to find a way forward. That my concern is America, our Constitution, our republic, my children's future, and that's what I want to focus on, and not make stupid decisions to like get Kamala elected. So, I mean, that's my viewpoint. What do you think? What's the way forward?
Yeah. Well, the way forward, number one, is to keep up the political will and bring this operation to a successful conclusion. And the successful conclusion is whoever's in charge in Iran no longer has the capability to deliver ballistic missiles anywhere in the world, in my opinion. And their Navy fleet is no longer capable of harassing or spying for the Houthi places like the Houthis, so giving them targeting information and those kind of things. So their ability to influence the region or the world with military capability is eliminated, and that they can have a free and prosperous country, so the Persian people can actually be free again instead of being under this tyranny of Islam and those kind of things. I think that would be a side effect of the objectives. The objectives are to eliminate their ballistic missile capability, eliminate their Navy, and their ability to impact the region, and eliminate their nuclear program, which is all none of those are easy things to do, but we have enough control to do that. And that gets to your other point about the future of our kids, grandkids, and all that. I don't want them to live in a world like I lived in from age 17 to today under this constant threat of these Islamist Nazis wanting to kill Americans, specifically Americans and Israelis too, but specifically to kill the great people of the great Satan, what they call us. I don't want my kids and grandkids to grow up in that, which is why, as a GWAT veteran, a 9/11 attack veteran, and a veteran that's been in uniform since 1979, these guys were doing this and doing bomb disposal during that time. It's about time. It's been a long time coming. It should have happened long ago. Reagan should have done it, quite honestly, second term, in my opinion. But this will get done. President, I have confidence in the president that he's going to do the right thing, and we're not going to end up in some forever war, nation building, boots on the ground craziness, which is what we all voted against. The young guys that you're hearing from that are focused on that concern right now, that are naysaying on this operation, they're right to be focused on that, but they also need to look at the reality and the facts and take that into consideration in their criticism. I don't mind them being concerned about that, but look at the facts. The facts don't support it. At this point, they don't support it. Look, I've said from the beginning, this is a 4-week minimum operation with this air and naval campaign. The president said 5 weeks, and it could go longer. The team is on message. I keep hearing people saying, "No, they're all over the place on message." I don't hear that. I mean, I saw the press conference yesterday. I just saw Secretary Hegseth speaking. I've seen Rubio speak, the president speak. They're all on message, and I just don't see some forever war concept developing out of it.
Last question. You're a bomber guy, a bomber crew member. Had command experience. What do you think the situation is on the ballistic missile factories and the storage facilities in Iran? Do you think we're making progress on that?
Yeah, I mean, if we're sending B-52s and B-1s in after the initial B-2 strikes, which I'm assuming carried the massive ordnance penetrator type EBUs, now we're using JDAMs, and the JDAM comes in different versions, folks. It comes in a penetrator version and a conventional explosive version, and it comes in different weights: 500, 1,000, 2,000 pounder. I haven't heard any indications that we're using anything less than 2,000 pounders, and probably using penetrators too on the hardened and deeply buried targets, which the ballistic missile factories are hardened and deeply buried, is what my understanding is, and their storage facilities are too. So you got to take those out, and we've begun doing that process. And the integrated air defense system is destroyed. The command control and communication system is destroyed, we have all the factual indicators we need of that just by virtue of the B-1s and B-52s ranging those targets, which are very deep inside of Iran. They are not anywhere near friendly airspace. We wouldn't put those jets, those assets into that airspace if the IADS wasn't completely destroyed. And it's same thing with the C3 issue. So, and the indicator of that is that the Iranians have no control over their military force. Even the IRGC, they don't have control over the IRGC force because they're just firing stuff at these pre-planned targets.
Yeah,
have to be.
Rob, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and look forward. I think I'm on your show Monday.
Let me say one more thing about inventory.
Sure. Yeah.
Inventory. This plan is executing exactly the way I would have planned it. I have planned operations against this target set before, back when I was a captain as a tactics officer, a weapons tactics officer in the squadron. Look, we are now past the phase where we have to use only long-range, highly expensive unmanned systems like cruise missiles, HIMARS, and stealth aircraft only, and those kind of things. That's another indicator. So now we're using JDAMs. We have built millions of JDAM kits, and we have millions of those bombs. There is no worry that we're going to run out of inventory or that we don't have enough inventory to deter China, Russia, any of the other major threats that might be out there, but specifically China. We didn't come anywhere close to using all of our THAADs and counter missile type battery ammo, that kind of thing. So we're looking good.
Good point. How do people find you and tell us about your show?
RobManess.com, ROBMANESS.com. Show is live 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern. We have a live audience on X that we let ask questions during the show. And you can find us on X, all the social medias, live on Rumble, YouTube, and at RobManess.com. You can pick up the live show.
Rob, thank you very much. Take care. We'll have you back. Cheers.